Hi guys, it's Elle Coco. Welcome to Create. There's only one rule on this page, and that is to be you. So today I wanted to come onto the camera to talk with you guys about things that I've learned or am learning currently. Not everything in life has to be planned. I believe I get caught up in structure, in wanting things to go a certain way, and in doing that you kind of ruin what God can do because you are caught up in getting things done in the way that you think they should be done. And sometimes I'm wondering, like, why is it not working? Why is this so difficult? Why is this not going or turning out in the way that I thought that it would be? And it might be because he just doesn't want you to do it in that way. Maybe there's another way. But you won't know that unless you stop. And it's hard to stop. It's hard to give up on what you think is the right way. It should look like that, you know. But it doesn't. And, you know, if you keep on doing it your way, then you'll keep on finding it hard. And then you might even start to believe that you're a failure. Why can't I do it? Why is it not working? Maybe he just wants you to focus on him again, because he is the source. So why do you feel like you have to do this on your own when you have the source? And this is something that I've been learning currently, is the source. I think since last month till now, it's like, Jesus, the source, focus on me. I mean, when you decide to focus on Jesus, everything else doesn't matter. The things that you think that you should be doing but aren't doing, or the things that you think you should be able to do but maybe you're struggling to do them at the moment. All these worries, basically, all these burdens, all these anxieties, all these nervousnesses, that's not a word, but you get the point. All these things that you think you should, basically, it now becomes, you know, Jesus. You're just focused on one thing, and it's the most important thing. And funnily enough, it's the thing that will help you to do the things that you need to do, the things that he cares about. We can become worried about what we think we should be doing, but does it really matter if you're doing it without Jesus? Where is it coming from? Pressure? Where, you know, are the things that you are doing coming from? Who is, what is your source? Now, I never want to do anything for God out of a work mentality, because it's sweeter when you do it out of love. Not out of obligation or responsibility, but I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to try my hardest, you know. I want to do what you want me to do, and I want you to help me to do it. I don't know. I don't know. I do know. All these fruits that I'm bearing, I want the source to be Jesus. because if he is the source, then that means what I'm producing is what I'm supposed to be producing. If I'm connected to the vine, then the fruits will bear. Do you know what I mean? It's much easier and it's much enjoyable. It's much more enjoyable when you're doing it out of a place of love and when you're doing it from your relationship with Christ. When I'm doing it from obligation or from, you know, I need to do this because of this and I need to do that because of that, it's not the same. It doesn't work, and you'll end up getting tired and burned out and stressed and unfocused on what you should be focused on, which is Jesus. You'll lose all sight of him, and the funniest thing is you're trying to please him, but you've not involved him in anything. You've taken him out of the picture and you've said that I have to do this all by myself. And you know, if I'm not, like, don't try and help God without asking him to help you. You can't give anything to God. He will give you the fruits. He will give you the knowledge. In Jesus we have everything. He is all that we need. And that's no different when you're working for him. You need him. You need him for your life. You need him for your work. You need him for your ministry. If that's what you're doing, you need him. And you can't just fake it. This is not something that you can fake. This is not something that you make a business. This is your relationship with Christ. This is where you give from what you've been given. So it can't be faked. You can't fake this. So yeah, I've learnt the importance of always remembering Jesus and that he comes first. He truly does. Before I do anything, and I'm having to intentionally practice this before I do anything, welcome the Holy Spirit to lead and to guide, because he makes it easy, and he does things which I would have never thought to do. And you know, God is more than capable of helping you if you ask. He's more than capable of taking over and being the source. He's not going to run out. He's not going to ever not be able to help. He'll always be able to help. So we should give him his place back. We should get off the seat and let him sit down again and be Lord of our lives, and stop trying to do everything by ourselves in this bid to please him, when it would please him if you just, you know, acknowledged him and asked him for help. It would please him if you invite him into the things that you see you're struggling with. It would please him if you give yourself away, if you give you to him. It would please him a lot more than any, you know, fantastic video or, you know, sermon you do. I don't know, this is to people who, you know, are working for God. This is for people who are trying to do things for God, basically. Yeah.